Andy Pettitte showed up at Yankee spring training last year as a guest instructor. He ended up taking a detour in which he re-signed with the Yankees and pitched very well for them before getting injured. So when I had the chance to talk with Pettitte the other day, I asked him about the baseball detour that took him from instructor and a retired pitcher back to being a major league pitcher.
It was definitely strange to show up down here last year as a guest instructor and to know that, you know, I had talked to Cash and they had asked me to come back, and when I first showed up, I hadn't even quite broke to him yet that, hey man, I continue to throw bullpens, you know. So you know, it's good. It's good to be back. I'm glad to be here and putting the uniform on as an everyday player.
Now, how is it different this year in that you come in and you know you are definitely pitching this year, and you've also even talked about some goals that you've set for yourself. What kind of goals do you have?
Well, I mean, I just want to stay healthy. You know, when asked, you know, what are the expectations, and you know, I have high expectations. I mean, I expect to make my starts. I expect to make every start. I understand I'm 40, but my body feels good. And the only thing I have to go off of is last year. And there was absolutely no problems last year until obviously I got hit with the line drive and broke my leg. But I hope I can stay healthy. And if I do that, I think I'm going to win a lot of ball games. We've got a great club. And I hope to be able to throw the innings I want to. I know that, you know, Joe and the organization are going to watch out for that. But I expect to give us a good year, or I would have never came back.
You're shortchanging us on the goals. You put 200 innings out there the other day, and you even said, heck, I'd like to win 20 games.
Well, when y'all asked me that's what I want. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I know in 2010, I believe at the break I had 11 wins and was feeling incredible that year, and I pulled my groin that year. So, I mean, I was shooting. You know, I was shooting for 20 that year, and you know, so do I think I can do it? Of course, I do. I really do, and I think mentally that's where you got to stay. It hasn't happened in a long time, but you know, wins are hard to come by in the big leagues. I mean, you can have a great year and not win 20 games as far as ERA and innings pitched. So, but I hope to be able to get the innings, and obviously I hope to be able to get the wins. But if I don't get the wins, just on the day I pitch, I hope we win those ball games.
I know your focus is obviously on 2013. When will you allow yourself to think, is this my last season, or do I have enough left, which sometimes you sound like you definitely believe you have enough left, to go beyond 2013 and keep pitching?
Well, I mean, I'll say for sure that it'll be a decision for the offseason again. I mean, I'm going to try as hard as I can, you know, not to think about it as this season goes on. But again, I can't tell you. I have no idea how I'm going to feel towards the end of this season. I may be limping to the finish line at the end of this season and be like, I can't make it through a big league season anymore. I don't plan to feel like that. I hope not to feel like that. I'm hoping that, again, I'll get to the off season this year, and it'll be a decision to make for me and my family, and we'll see what happens.
Speaking of decisions, you said you strongly considered pitching for the United States in the WBC, but ultimately decided not to do it. Why did you make that decision?
Well, you know, obviously the Yankees weren't crazy about me playing in that. They were definitely telling me that they were going to support me, whatever I did, but I know that they didn't want me to. After talking with everyone, after talking with the people that helped me make decisions in my life, just decided against it. Just felt like if you know, if I was going to have something go wrong, it needed to go wrong when I was wearing a Yankee uniform. But the idea of pitching for the USA team is something I've never done before. It was definitely a strong desire of mine, that's for sure.
And then finally, you've been on championship teams and you've been on championship caliber teams. As you sit in this clubhouse right now and look at the guys to your left and your right, what are your hopes and your aspirations for this team?
Well, I mean, I expect us to win. I really do. I mean, I understand that we're getting a little bit older. We need everybody to stay healthy, and I believe that with the experience that we have in there, if we can keep everyone healthy, look, offense is very important. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that. But it comes down to pitching, and I feel like we've got a strong pitching staff. I feel like we got a strong rotation. I feel like we've got some depth, and then I feel like we've got a great bullpen. And you got Mariano Rivera back closing out games for us, and who better do you want doing that? But I like our chances. If I didn't, I would have never came back.